If you're looking for a cathartic experience of bashing your way through hordes of evil creatures with no regards for their personal well-being, then stay a while and listen, traveler. Welcome to Diablo 4. This video will contain a bunch of spoilers. Let me tell you about my experience actually playing the game. The combat is fluid, interactive, quick, and satisfying. For the most part, if there is an attack or an effect that can hit you, you can dodge it. I suppose you could say that everything is choreographed. With good positioning and reaction speed, you can dodge and counter almost everything. Now, I've tried every class in the game, at least for a little while, and was pleasantly surprised that I enjoyed all 5 of them. That wasn't the case in Diablo 3 for me, where I only really enjoyed playing the wizard. This means that I'm actually excited to have multiple playthroughs, not just to play through the story, but to try each class and find out which I like most about each. Here's a few examples. Blowing up the world with a sorcerer is always satisfying. Excellent AoE and single target damage allows for delightful domino effects with the right build. I mean, even starting with a level 1 barbarian and swinging down your hammer felt... That said, there hasn't been any experience that's given me quite the power trip like dueling necromancers with my brother-in-law.
Far too easy.
Doesn't stand a chance.
That was insane.
I just pressed the 2 button a whole bunch and watched it die. Double necromancers with an army each, massive AoE damage when you want it. Usually this game is about surrounding the player with overwhelming odds and tons of enemies, but with not just 1 but 2 minion-based necromancers on the field, there's not much that stands up to this for longer than a few seconds, and it's wonderful. Another thing I love about this game is the customization, and no, I don't just mean the character creator and the ability to freely change out how your armor looks for free. There are so many build options for every class that each feels powerful. Let's look at the Necromancer again. Of course, you can put any ability on any hotkey, so that's one thing. But our undead-loving Blaster also has many different build options. You're not likely to get bored. Each summon you've got has 3 options to pick from. Each option has 3 buffs. Of those 3 buffs, one always gives you the choice to forfeit the summon for a personal buff. So how many combinations are we at already? And that's before you've even taken a look at your primary skills. This means that you can choose to go without any summons and still feel just as powerful. It's all very interactive and it feels wonderful. Then there's the small details that help the world feel a bit more alive. There are too many to count, but here's one example that really stuck out to me. Major spoilers from here on. Ready? Great, here we go. While Astaroth is having a great time playing with his new puppy while rampaging across town, you may notice that there are plenty of villagers who are, shall we say, attempting to flee from dog breath. Those are already cool details, but if you knock him down, they actually run out of their homes and start attacking him with you. Of course, they can only do it for so long before the, smell gets to them, but it's a really great detail for a fight like that. Since we're already talking about spoilers, here's some of my thoughts on the story. I always wanted to see what Diablo 3 would look like if the cinematics included our character. They were always gorgeous to look at and enjoyable to watch, but where was I, the one who had to beat Diablo by myself?
That's my fault.
I don't need to wonder about that anymore. Not only do I get to customize my own character, but I get to feel like I'm truly having an impact on the story because I'm in the cinematics. It seems like something so simple, but showing our character, who is actually responsible for saving the world, in the high-quality animations that Blizzard is usually known for, it makes me happy, okay? The story for Diablo 4 is pretty straightforward. It's a hunt. It's you trying to hunt down the big bad before they accomplish their goals. Now, I'll be the first to admit that this type of narrative isn't for everyone. It's dark fantasy. Things are going wrong all the time, wherever you go. It's bleak, and the characters generally exude an air of hopelessness. Except for Lorath, he's a gem. Just like you when you hit that like button and subscribe.
What do you want?
Hands down, my favorite character is Lorath Nar. He functions as the narrator whenever a significant event takes place, and he really doesn't care about what others think about him.
I'm bloody hungry.
He's seemingly the only character born with a sense of humor, and the only comic relief you can get.
There may also have been a brawl with the goats over this patch of mud, but I like to think I triumphed.
At the same time, he's no nonsense and will do whatever is needed to save the world. The world's ending and you want us to write on a piece of wood before we can enter the city?
We have no time for this.
So grab a class, slay some demons, wrestle a goat, and tell me about your favorite way to blow up Sanctuary. I'm your Benefactor, and I pray you have a wonderful day.